Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a video that I said I was going to do. It's about comparing the Xbox Series X against the PlayStation 5. It's going to be like a little versus battle, alright? I want to put it out there from the beginning, guys. I don't have a preference, alright? It's all about the games to me, okay? So, I know some people in the Xbox camp, some people in the PlayStation camp, but I just want to give you the information, let you guys see and make a choice from what I put out there, okay? So, you know, some people like Xbox, some people like PlayStation. That's fine. I'm a gamer, dude. I like to get in the middle of it and hash it out. So, we're going to talk about all these things coming up in this video. Alright guys, first thing I want to do is I know everybody's seen the specs of both machines. I'm just going to put the specs on the screen, let you guys see the specs. If you look at the specs, they're very similar, okay? I'm not going to get into the GBs and the teraflops and all that, the 10 and the 6 and the yada yada yada. I'm not going to get into all that. But on paper, the Xbox Series X is a better machine on paper, okay? That means nothing to me. That means nothing to me. It's all about the games. I said that earlier, it's all about the games. But on paper, the Xbox Series X is a better machine and it should outperform the PlayStation 5 in all aspects, all right? But in my opinion, what it comes down to is the game developers and how they can push a system and how they can pull everything out of that system to make great games, all right? I'm gonna put some games on the screen. These are the games. I'm gonna start with the Xbox Series X first. I'm gonna show y'all some games that I've played and some of my experiences with it, and we'll get into that. Okay guys, the Xbox Series X, I was very pleased to get it. I was one of the lucky ones who was able to secure an Xbox Series X. It's fantastic. Y'all saw the unboxing video. You know, the presentation was great. Everything looked good in it. So when I got it out and I started to play it, I wanted to get right into it. And the first thing I noticed was that the UI, the user interface, was practically identical to the Xbox One X. It's no big difference. That's good and bad to me. That's good because you're comfortable with it. It's not something that you have to learn, you have to think about, you have to, you know, learn where stuff is. It's great. It works. It does its job, and it's perfect. I did notice that because I have two 4K TVs, and let me tell you something too, guys. If you get these systems and you want to maximize your gaming experience, you got to have the equipment to go with it. Now, if you get a Xbox Series X and you put it on a 1080p, then you're only going to get 1080p resolution. You're not going to get these high frames and all this ray tracing and all this stuff. You're not going to see that, okay? So just be mindful of that. If you want everything out of this system that you're paying your money for, you're going to have to upgrade your TV, upgrade your HDMI cables. You got to have 2.1 HDMI cables to handle it. So that's another thing. We'll go into that as another video. All right, but going back to the UI, the user interface is familiar. It's comfortable. It's something I know now. You know, it's no big deal. I was able to go where I wanted to go, see what I had to see. There was no, hey, where's this, where's that, how do I do this? So that was comfortable, okay? All right, my second thing was I got into some games. Now, this was a mark on the Series X to me. There wasn't a showcase game that came at launch that you can put in your Series X and it just exploit the system and show you all the new things that come with the system. That's good and bad too. I'm gonna tell you why that's it's good because you can play all your older games. They're backward compatible and all that, all right? But it's not really showcasing the machine and showing what it can do. But what experience I did have, I put in, I'm a big Overwatch fan. I'm gonna put that on the screen, guys. I'm playing Overwatch. What I immediately noticed when I put in Overwatch was, if you guys have TVs that can do HDR, you'll know what I'm talking about. Immediately when I put the game in, the HDR logo popped up in the corner of the screen. That hadn't happened before. And this was a regular, I had an Xbox One X game and it didn't have HDR. So now I put it in, it has HDR, and I'm gonna tell you, there's a graphical difference. I could see the difference. There's a difference. So, like I said, it was bad that they didn't have a launch title, but what they did do was they bumped up all the titles that I had. Everything had a graphical upgrade. I mean, you could actually see it. It's not something that I'm going, oh, maybe I see it. No, it was a definite, you can definitely see the graphical upgrade in the Xbox Series X. Another thing, it was silent. You don't hear it. Now, I don't know about those people that's blowing vape smoke in their Xbox and putting the ping pong balls and all that. I don't know anything about that. But what I do know, that the fan, it constantly blows, but you don't hear it. It's a silent machine. When I put a disc in it, I had the Overwatch as it's a disc game. I put it in, silence. I didn't hear it. I didn't even hear the disc drive. You know, when it goes in, you just don't hear it. It's a silent machine, and I appreciated that. Another plus of the Xbox Series X, it was very fast. You know, one of the biggest games that I played was Borderlands 3. Now, that game had a graphical bump up too. It looks fantastic. I mean, that game was stunning. All right, but what Overwatch had on what Borderlands 3 had on the Xbox One X, the load times were atrocious. Let me tell you, the load times were atrocious. You know, and anybody who played that, you know, when claptrap's going across the front of the screen and it's loading and it's loading and it's loading, that's basically nothing now, because the Series X just handles that, and the load times are not even an issue now. So there are improvements with the Series X from the Xbox One and the Xbox One X. Definite improvements. I'm not dogging it out, guys. I'm just telling you what it is. It's definite improvements, and the gaming experience to me has been enhanced. It's been enhanced. Now the controller, I have the controller right here. Let me get it out. Now, and I have an Xbox One X controller here too. Now, these controllers look similar, except for one thing. There's a share button on it, okay? I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a share button on the front of it. And to me, I don't know for sure, but the Series X controller is a little bit smaller, okay? And it has the grips on it, and that's an added plus. Has a textured grip on the trigger and on the back of it, which is awesome. All right. Do I like the Series X? I do. I think it's a great machine, because I'm a type of person I have to play, and I don't know why, guys. I play Overwatch a lot. I'm an Overwatch guy. I won't play Overwatch on the PlayStation. I don't know why. I have it, but I just don't play it on the PlayStation. I can't explain why. I don't know why. That's weird. I don't know why. But I play all of my Overwatch on the Xbox Series X, and it's been a fantastic bump up in graphics and everything, and I love it. I'm having a good time with it. So if I had to grade it, the Series X out of 5, I'd give it a 4. And the only reason I'd give it a 4 is because they didn't have that launch title, at least one launch title, you know, that was specific to the Xbox Series X. I mean, Assassin's Creed Valhalla came out. It came out on the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation. So I'm speaking of something specific, and you guys probably know what I'm talking about. They needed to have that halo to showcase the Xbox Series X. So, am I a fan of the Xbox Series X? Yes. 4 out of 5 from me, guys. All right, guys. Now let's get into the PlayStation 5. Let's talk about that a little bit. When I got it, I unboxed it, I put it in, and And if I'm being totally honest, guys, when I plugged it in, I set it up. The setup was easy. The setup was easy on both, but the setup was great, easy. You know, my profile came back and everything. That was all good to go and everything. I even hooked up my VR. That was seamless. Got to have the adapter from Sony. They send it out to you for free if you want to play the VR on your PlayStation 5. Everything was great, but the biggest thing I thought from the PlayStation 5 was the interface. The interface, when I turned it on, it felt like it was brand new. It felt like a next generation system. You know, it didn't feel like the PlayStation 4. It felt like the PlayStation 5. Brand new, totally new, the opening screen, everything, the sounds, everything was brand new, and I appreciated that. That was pretty awesome. All right, now, it was similar to the PlayStation 4. Excuse me. It was similar to the PlayStation 4, but there was enough stuff in there that was changed that I had a different experience. The controller and everything, we're gonna talk about that in a second, but the controller was, it's pretty much just like the DualShock, just a little bigger. You guys saw that, the video of me unboxing the DualSense. All right, one thing I did say about it that was kind of knockoff to me that I had a problem with, you know, when I was playing games and everything, it was time to turn it off. I didn't know how to turn it off. I had to actually go to YouTube to learn how to turn the thing off because, you know, on the old PlayStation 4, the DualShock, you hold the home button and it has a menu that says power off and all that good stuff. I couldn't find that. I was holding the power button, the home button. I couldn't find it. I was like, how did you turn this thing off? I was gonna go snatch the thing out the back. I was like, nah, I don't wanna do that. I'll probably brick the system or something. But what I did was I went to YouTube and I learned you tap the PlayStation button and a little menu comes up in the bottom and you go all the way over to the right and you can see where's the power. Okay, now I know, but like I said, I had to learn that. It was stuff I had to learn, and it was the UI was familiar, but it was changed enough to where I had to go and I had to learn where stuff was, you know what I'm saying? So now I pretty much know where everything is now, and it was cool. The PlayStation Store is even different. It's more integrated. It's not something that you come out of the dashboard and you go to the store. It's all integrated on the dashboard, and it's seamless. And the PlayStation 5 is quick also. It's quick at doing everything, and it's quiet. So these things are similar. They have a lot of similarities, you know, and I think that's fantastic. Now, one thing I do say, they had a game on and I'll throw that up on here. They have a game that came with the PlayStation 5. It's called Astro's Playroom. And that game, it seemed like a tech demo. At first, that's what I thought. But no, it's a full-fledged game. You can play this thing. It's a full-fledged game, and it's awesome. And it's like a throwback to all the old PlayStation technology, all the Sony technology. It shows all the games. You have to find all the games in it, all the systems and all the accessories, and it showcases the Sony, you know, archive through this game, and it's really fun. And it shows, basically, this game shows off the controller. It shows off all of the things that the haptic feedback does and the sensations that you get with playing with the new DualSense. I'll give you an example. So it's in one of the boards of this game, Astro's Playroom. It's an ice board, and I was running over the ice, and the feedback in the controller, it made you actually feel like you was running over ice. Now, it's hard to explain, it's hard for me to explain. You just have to feel it. And while I'm running over the ice, you're hearing the ice, like if you were scratching the ice with like a skate or something, and you would hear that coming through the speaker of the controller, which is very clear, and it just enhances the experience. It's something that you have to experience. That controller, it set the bar high with the PlayStation 5 to me. Also, it was in Astro's Playroom, there's a board where you play and you have a bow and arrow. And the triggers, the more you pull back on the trigger, and the tighter and the harder it gets to pull back on the trigger because it's like a bow. It's exceptional. I'd say that, and had a good time doing that. So I played a few games on that. I played the Astros Playroom. Also got a game. I didn't know if I was going to get this game, but I'm a big fan of platformers. If you guys can see, I got Mario all over this place, but I'm a big fan of platformers. So what I did was I went and got Sackboy, the Sackboy game. And I'll throw that up so you guys can see it also. I thought it was gonna be kind of, cheesy, but I just wanted to check it out because, again, I'm a platformer. When I tell you I got this game, man, I was so impressed with this game. It's one of the better platformers I've played in like some years, since Mario, really. It uses all the haptic feedback and everything, and it's a really good game. I thought it was gonna be like the old Little Big Planet series where it was good, but it wasn't like that full blown, like an actual game. You did a lot of building and finding little stuff to build, and I wasn't really into that. But this game is an actual platform. There's a mission, you got to save whatever. It's all of that. So Sackboy is a good choice if you want a nice game to play. A family game too. Also picked up Madden. And Madden's Madden. You guys play Madden. It's Madden, but it's a tad bit better in the graphical, standpoint of it. The graphics are bumped up just a little bit. Not much. I wouldn't say if you have it on the PS4 that you got to go out and run and buy a PS5 because it's totally different. It's not. Okay, it's not that much of a big bump up, but it's really good, and I'm a sports head, so I grabbed that. All in all, the PlayStation 5 to me is doing some things, man. I'm really impressed by it. I had a good time playing it. And I'm gonna say this, man. Which one do I play the most? I play mostly on the PlayStation 5 because I play with my son. He has the PlayStation 5 also, and we get on and play Call of Duty. We play Warzone. And another thing about the controller. So let's say you have the PlayStation 5 and you don't have a headset, or you didn't buy a headset yet or whatever. You don't need a headset. You can use your controller. The controller has 2 mics on it, and you use your controller as a headset per se. And it's crystal clear. It sounds great. It sounds like it sounds better than your phone. It sounds a little bit better than your phone on speakerphone. It sounds fantastic. And I was talking to my son, and he was like, I said, "Can you hear me clear?" He was like, "Yeah, I hear you crystal clear." And you don't have to put it up to your mouth or anything. You just holding it right like you holding it, and it works perfect. But yeah, I'm really impressed by mainly what the PlayStation 5 is doing with the controller. And like I said, the graphics are fantastic. It's very quick. So if I have to give that a score out of 5, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. And that's just the way I see it, guys. Sure, they have similar games like the Call of Duty on the Xbox and the Call of Duty on the PlayStation. They're similar. You couldn't tell what system I was playing it on if I had them on the screen. Okay, they're so close till it doesn't even matter. So, which system would I buy? If you have an Xbox already, a Xbox One X or Xbox One, right now, and I'm just being totally honest, guys, right now I don't see the need to buy a Series X. All right, I don't see the need to buy a Series X, not at all. If you have a PlayStation 4 and you want to get the PlayStation 5, yes, I would do it. You can play your PlayStation 4 games, but you can't play your PlayStation 5 games on a PlayStation 4. You see what I'm saying? So, is it a good idea to get a PlayStation 5? If I had to get one, because you know they're hard to get right now. If I had a choice of getting one or the other, I would get with the PlayStation 5 first. And that's just for right now. But I'm sure Microsoft is coming down the pipe with some amazing games for the Series X. I'm almost positive, and I cannot wait till they come out. I really wanted to play that Halo, guys. I really wanted to play that because I'm into Halo, and I wanted to you know, experience the Halo thing. So, you know. Also, I play the VR on the PlayStation 5, and yes, it bumped up the graphics. It helps it out. It pushes the VR headset a little harder, and it clears things up. Not like drastically, okay, but you can definitely see a difference. I play Astrobot Rescue Mission on it. You can definitely see a difference. All right, guys, that's just my take on the PlayStation 5 versus the Xbox Series X. Go get what you can get. My thing is, make sure you just game, guys. That's my whole point of this. Just get your game on. That's it. So I don't want to be on one camp or the other camp. All right. I want you guys to, you know, get what you can get and play what you can play. They have a lot of games that are multi-platform, so you don't have to worry about, you know, not being able to have something on one and not the other. PlayStation 5 has the PlayStation Collection. You can download some great games, you know, some great games, like 5 or 6 games in the collection, and games like The Last of Us and the God of Wars and all that good stuff. Those games are fantastic. I say get those if you can. Now, nothing beats the Xbox Game Pass. Nothing beats that, guys. Xbox Game Pass is so well worth the money. Hundreds of games, man, day one. If this is your first foray into video gaming, and you get the Xbox Series X, you got hundreds of games at your disposal that you can just download. And that's amazing. The only knock I have on both of the systems is the storage. The storage is a big issue right now with the Series X. You can buy a 1 terabit expansion. It's a little SSD expansion thing that you put in the back of it. That thing costs like 200 bucks, man. That's a lot of money. All right, and you know, you just bought the system for $5, so you're basically spending $7. That's a lot of money. Now, the PlayStation 5, I'm sure theirs will be about 200 bucks also, but it's not available yet. The Xbox Series X is available. The PlayStation is not available, and you can't use an external hard drive to play a game off of on the PlayStation 5. You can use an external hard drive to load up PlayStation 4 games and play on it, and just like on the Series X, you can use an expansion external hard drive to play, you know, to load up games, but you can't play PlayStation 5 games off of the external hard drive. That's pretty messed up. So yeah, that's another knock on Sony. But I'm gonna give them a 5 out of 5 right now, and I'm gonna give the Xbox a 4 out of 5. That's just my opinion, guys. It means nothing, it's just my opinion, okay? You guys can agree with me, or you can say in the comments, you can say, hey, Glovebox, you're a nut. I'm cool with that too, all right? So, this has been my, you know, my verses. For right now, I'm gonna say, in the first round, the PlayStation 5 wins. Just right now, this first round. There's gonna be a whole lot of rounds, people, so just the first round of PlayStation 5 round. Now, don't get it wrong. The Xbox Series X is not sitting there looking like Nate Robinson, not even close, all right? This is not that type of fight, all right? It was almost a draw. It was almost a draw, but the PlayStation 5 bumped it out just a little bit, all right? That's it, guys. Hey, man, I want to thank you guys for stopping by, checking me out. I like to do videos that's not super long and not super fast. I try to moderate. I got a timer sitting right there. I want to do it in a certain amount of time so we can get in and get out so you can watch other videos also. So again, thanks for stopping by, guys. I appreciate it. If you got any comments, leave them down. If you got anything you want me to look at, you want me to review, you want me to pick up and something, just any product you can think of, and I'll see what I can come up with. All right. So until the next video, guys, I'm gonna be sitting around sipping Crown, playing on these new consoles. All right. I'll see you later. Peace.